Yeah, this is just I guess, like an update to Thanksgiving. So I still haven't talked to my husband. I haven't talked to him since, actually, we didn't even talk Sunday before I left. Um, so we haven't talked since Saturday. I haven't spoken to him since Saturday, last week. Um, I'm gonna read you the email he sent me. So, like I told you, the reason why I left is pretty severe. Um, thank God, I feel so much better. Um, earlier today, aka yesterday, I had, a great amount of energy, was not feeling sick at all. I cleaned the kitchen. I cleaned the living room. I cleaned the bathroom. I mopped. I swept. I cleaned out the fridge. I took the trash out. Vacuumed. Yeah. I just have to clean our room, like me and Delaney, my room. I didn't want to do that because I was like, let me not push it. I have been cleaning since 11. It was 3 o'clock. I was like, let me not push it. Yeah, there's just a couple things I need to do, but I'm so glad that I feel better because I was down bad. So bad. But yeah, I'm feeling a lot better. And right. I get so distracted. Jeez. I'm not realizing that until I'm like recording myself doing it. But yeah, so this is crazy. I can never find shit when I look for it. And I didn't delete it. Okay, right. Some context before I read this email that he sent me. He sent me the email because I blocked him. I blocked his phone number. I didn't answer his Google Meet video calls, nothing. So then he resorted to emailing me. And let you know, I left on Sunday. He didn't start trying to get into contact me until Wednesday. Obviously, Thanksgiving was Thursday. He hasn't contacted me since Thanksgiving. So, yeah. But the context of me even leaving, coming back to the apartment because I was staying with him, we both were, just to be together. And because I was so ill, I would not have been able to take care of Delaney alone. So that's why I was over there. Now, his behavior, criticizing my cleaning, criticizing my hygiene, criticizing how I'm not kissing him, I'm not being affectionate. criticizing how I'm not talking to him, but to ask him to do stuff, how he's having to do too much for me. All he was doing for me is bringing me orders upstairs, because he was downstairs right by the front door where they drop off the orders. I was not feeling well enough to get up and down the stairs consistently. I know I asked him to grab things for me because he would put everything across the room. And then I would ask him to make food for me sometimes. He'd heat up food for me sometimes. That was it. I want to remind you we were still being intimate, okay? During this time, whenever I felt a little bit better, we were being intimate. Okay? So he was not lacking in affection at all, but he was complaining about me not wanting to kiss him. Counting down the days. It's been such and such hours since you kissed me. You haven't kissed me since 2 days ago. Talking about how my purse is a mess and you've never seen my purse be this messy. I don't feel that. It's like, to these type of men, women just say stuff and it doesn't mean anything. They just talk and they're put on mute. Because it's like, how many times do I have to tell you I don't feel good? I'm throwing up. I'm throwing up next to you in bed. I threw up on him, not on purpose, not like fully, but some throw up got on him. So it's like, what aren't you comprehending? You're seeing exactly how much I'm eating, barely anything. You're seeing how much I'm drinking, barely anything. You're seeing me be ill. I was sleeping a lot, obviously. I was freaking exhausted. I'm still exhausted, obviously. Dizzy. Head pounding consistently. This man is worried about getting his chin hairs plucked, asking me to give him a massage. We be laying in bed and he asks me, am I tired? Just so he can set it up to ask me to pluck his chin hair. God. Sometimes I got so mad one day. I told him, only one of us can be the princess here, okay? Honestly, sometimes he's acting gay as fuck. Like, he wants somebody to take care of him. That's not how that works. Like, he wants somebody doting all over him. I don't know where he gets this from. I don't know. But, it's just always, it feels like it's always tit for tat with him. Always. And with the massage thing, I'm not gonna lie, y'all. That shit pisses me off so bad because my ex-boyfriend used to do that. Asking for a massage all the time. So that was triggering. Because so y'all feel like I'm your servant? Is that the truth? I feel like that's the truth. Because I'm sick and you're asking me for a massage. That doesn't make any sense. He was not working at this time asking for a massage either. So you're complaining, trying to guilt me because I don't want to go anywhere, trying to lie and say you haven't left the house in a week. It's Monday. We just went out on Friday. Stop lying. Just in my face, going off on me, being so nasty. Like, my husband usually just... And when we first got together, he didn't say nothing to me. Now, all of a sudden, he just be having an attitude. You would think he's cheating again, right? Probably is. And this time, I don't give a fuck. Please, somebody, take him away. Because, bro, I'm getting fed up. Like, just to give you context of why I came back to the apartment with our daughter. I was going to leave her there, but he is working now. And it's factory type. So he's gone all day. Then there's nobody to take care of her there during the week. I'm like, you know what? It'll be good for her to come here with me. Get her back on her schedule. It's quiet here. You know, there's things to do here. On and on. She has so much room to like play and move around here. Excuse me, she can't do that over there. So yeah. That's why I left on Sunday because, and then on top of that, my husband, instead of defending me and being like, telling my sister-in-law, bro, she don't feel good, like, leave her alone, this is not the time to have this conversation. We get into an argument, then he starts recruiting people to listen in on the argument. So that happened while I was sick still. Leading to me having to tell his mother why everything he's doing is disrespectful because I have morning sickness. And he's asking me why am I not doing XYZ for our daughter. Bringing her to me, talking about why are you ignoring her? Too much. I put up with too much for those 3 weeks. And as soon as I felt better, as soon as I was able to get up, that's when I came down here. That's the context. And then the argument on Saturday happened because he was getting frustrated with our daughter, telling her she's not hungry, mad that she kept crying. Then I found out he hasn't fed her since like 1 p.m. and it was like almost 12. But he was downstairs with her the whole time. You're not going to be in my daughter's face asking her why she's crying, telling her she's crying over nothing when you know you're starving her. We're not doing that. So that's how that argument started. So I want you to wrap all that up in a bow. Put it over here. And then we're going to read the email that he had all this. He had days. Because I told you, he didn't contact me till the 27th, right? That was Wednesday. I left Sunday afternoon. After 3 days, this is what he comes up with. Remember, I told you we all know I'm ill. We all know I've been sick. He knew I was still not feeling good when I left. This is what he sends me. At 2:16 a.m. on Wednesday. I guess you're off doing you, and you want to block me so I can't call. Man, fuck this shit. Why do we have to keep doing this shit? And you want to take our daughter and just keep her away from me. You don't understand how bad that shit hurts me. But you don't care. I have so much weight on my shoulders, and I'm not giving up. But if you just don't want to be with me, then tell me that. Don't make it seem like I'm just starting shit with you for real. But I want y'all to come home for Thanksgiving, even if it's just to eat. But if you don't want to and you're just going to ignore me and all that, then don't be surprised when you can't reach me. If we are going to be married, then we have to get this shit together. I'm tired of arguing about simple stuff. You see that? And always being blamed. It's time we both take responsibility. So if you want to be with me, you'll show up. If not, then I guess you don't really love or care for me, marriage-wise, or just as a person, and I'll accept that. I can't make this shit up. So that's what he came up with after 3 days. That's the amount of reflection that he did. Didn't respond. I reflexively, I start typing. And I was going to type, I want a divorce. But then I was like, you know what? It's 2 a.m. I'm not going to respond. I'm not going to be baited to respond right now. Didn't respond. Thanksgiving comes. Then I'm getting, he tried to call me again. Oh, Google Meet. I didn't answer. Then he texted me from a random number because who paid his phone bill? Who's paying his phone bill? Told you he wasn't working, right? I'm paying his phone bill. Therefore, I didn't pay his phone bill. I don't even know when it was supposed to be paid. I don't do no auto pay. So he's texting me from a random number. I don't know if that's because he let his phone go off or what. He said it was like 12, almost 1. He was like, you and Bean coming today? Because that was our daughter's nickname, Lil Bean. I really hope so, even if it's just for food. I'll pay for the ride here. I don't want to do this without y'all. If you don't text back by 2, I'll take that as your answer to all my texts and calls, I swear. You want me to stand on it? Then so I will. I don't want to, but you're leaving me no choices. Okay? Didn't respond, and then at like 2 something, he sent me $100. Like, yeah, you think you're slick. That's the most money he's ever given me in this whole relationship. But yeah, didn't respond. Thanksgiving, like I said in my video, minding my own business. Watch Judge Judy. Watch Dance Moms. Took a nap with my daughter. Just relaxed, okay? It's better to be alone than surrounded by people who don't like you. He just wanted us to come over because everybody was probably pressuring him, asking him to get me to bring Delaney. That's it. They just wanted to see her. They just wanted her there. But you only gonna tell me I'm not family so many times. You only gonna stand by and be silent when someone tells me I'm not family so many times. Why would I show up to a family event? I'm not family. And I'm not gonna be told a third time because that's the second time I've been told. I'm not gonna be told a third time. Asking me to come to Thanksgiving was a complete setup. Okay? So no, that was not gonna happen. So yeah, I'm debating. This is very divorce worthy. As far as this current pregnancy, haven't been to the doctor yet. I gotta find me a doctor up here. There's a health center right across. Like when you get out of this neighborhood, because this where I live, it's all the way. The highway is back there. The highway is right there. So it's tucked all the way in the back of this neighborhood. But when you get out the neighborhood and you get onto the main road, everything is just right there. There's a health center right there. So there's a WIC office right there. I skipped our daughter's last WIC appointment because I'm ready for this girl to get off formula. I'm not gonna lie to you. So, I've been buying her formula with my benefits. Because it's almost her birthday in January. So, I'm ready to start her on some milk. I could try it now, but just like a couple ounces. See how she feels about it. I put milk in her oatmeal sometimes. It's not like it wouldn't be her first time having cow milk at all. But yeah, I don't know about me and my husband. I don't know. I took my ring off. I didn't take my ring off to be facetious or nothing. I took my ring off because at the time, my fingers was hurting. So, and then even though I did get the right size ring, like we went to Jared, we didn't get our rings from there. I didn't get the rings from there, but we went to Jared to get size. It's my correct size and everything, but when it gets like past my knuckle here, it was like spinning around. So I had to find a solution. I have a lot of jewelry supplies. I used to make jewelry a lot, very often. So I have my little crap box with wire, pliers, jewelry making stuff. So I just took the a little mini O-ring and then like opened it, put my rings in there and like locked the rings together with the O-ring. But of course that would make it painful to get off. So it was itching me. I had to stop wearing jewelry some years ago because my skin started to get real sensitive, including rings. I used to wear rings a lot. So this has been my first time wearing a ring in years. And I wore it since she put it on my finger on, you know, I don't know. Except when we was arguing that day. Then he got everybody into it, so I threw my ring. But, you know, they were connected, so. His mom gave those back to me. She's like, just because you throw that ring don't mean you're not married no more. I'm like, damn. Oh my God, this is a big mistake. I would like to think there's hope for us, but I've been holding on to hope the whole relationship. Some complaints I have never been resolved since the moment we got together. I should have stopped talking to him like a month in. Things never should have got this far. I was watching this video on divorce. What's his name? Stephen, Diary of a CEO. He was talking to that popular divorce lawyer. Or somewhere I heard it, that it was like most people are getting a divorce because they should have never been together and they realize that. Like they should have never been together in the first place. That would definitely be us. Never. I'm gonna tell the story of like our relationship, how we got together, all the red flags that I just fucking ignored. I don't even know why at this point. I think it's because I thought that I was overreacting. But no. And now it's scary because of all he's put me through, right? All I've dealt with him is so disgusting, egregious. I would be scared to ever date again because my tolerance for bullshit is just like through the roof. So when it comes to these little things that I'm supposed to be breaking up with somebody over, that stuff just flying past me. It don't even affect me like it's supposed to. So that's a scary thought. I don't know. Man's almost fucking tried to set me up and get me put in jail 8 months pregnant so he could be with another girl. That's my theory. You know, I married him. Now I'm having a second child with him. It doesn't make any sense. It makes no sense. And I just keep thinking about like, I kind of gaslight myself and I'm like, and as I'm thinking about saying this is the type of stuff that other dudes have said to me, especially him. Like, oh, even if I got everything I wanted in a man, even if it was perfect, I still wouldn't be happy. But this is the kind of stuff that other people and my husband have been parroting in my ear. Oh, you wouldn't be happy anyway. You wouldn't be happy with anything. That all this stuff. So I be gaslighting myself like, wow, if I got like my dream man, I'd ruin it anyway. So I should just settle. This good enough. At least I don't have to expect anything. I know I'm going to get disappointed consistently. At least it's great to know he can do all these things with another woman that I keep begging him to do. So that's great. At least I have confirmation. I know he can do it, and he's just choosing not to because it's me. Okay. Well, at least I'm not being delusional. I don't want to live like that, though. You cannot pay me to live to see my daughter end up in a situation like this because she watched me and her dad doing this. You can pay me to stay alive for that. I have to die before I see that. No. So I don't know. I know what I need to do. I keep hearing this voice in my head that's telling me, you're wrong. It's your fault. You need to change more. Go to therapy more. You have anger problems. It's your fault. Just on and on. You're overreacting. You're dramatic. You have issues. Like, you're triggered by everything. And it's like, is that true, or is that just what everybody's always saying and trying to tell me? Like, it's to the point I cannot hear my own voice in my head. I can't. And that is scary. So is this the kind of life God wants for me? Being alone on the holidays? Absolutely not. Being mentally tortured? Being told that I'm faking pregnancy symptoms? Being cheated on? Disrespected? Abandoned emotionally? Every time I'm going through something, I get abandoned? No, he don't want that for me. Yet I can't let it go. I was watching a video on here about like familiar spirits. And then what was her name? What was her channel name? She quoted that verse in Matthew about the casting out a spirit. It just gave me chills. I might find her channel name because I just watched it. Where's your voice? The video was, it wasn't love, it was a familiar spirit. So, and let me find it real quick. Let me find the verse so I can read it to you. And read it for myself again. Yeah, Matthew 12:43. Yeah, it gave me chills, y'all. But my Bible not empty though. I was in here, y'all. Like, I was in here. I got this Bible from Amazon. It's very pretty. I got all the little cute tabs from Amazon too. But yeah, When I tell you, and this was before I met my husband, of course, like before I met him at all. This is how deep I was in my Bible. That should tell you what I'm doing. Deep. All right. Okay. 12:43. Right here. Right there in that purple right here. That's why I remembered when she started saying it. I was like, oh, wow. But yeah. Matthew 12:43. An unclean spirit returns. When an unclean spirit goes out of a man, he goes through dry places, seeking rest and finds none. Then he says, I will return to my house from which I came. And when he comes, he finds it empty, swept, and put in order. Then he goes and takes with him 7 other spirits, more wicked than himself. And they enter and dwell there. And the last state of that man is worse than the first. So shall it also be with this wicked generation. So y'all, what is God saying? What is Jesus saying here? In the video, she's talking about familiar spirits in relationships, friendships, and as she specifies, it's not familiar in a good way. It's an evil spirit, a negative spirit, demonic type of spirit that wants to keep you in bondage. But she specified you have to be in agreement with this spirit for it to destroy your life somehow. And you need to figure out how you're in agreement. Renounce that agreement, because you didn't do it on purpose. This is the situation where I say, oh, my ex did this exact same thing. That massagist thing is not the only thing my husband does that my ex-boyfriend did. Some of these very specific things that both of them do. I'm swearing I'm with a different man. I'm looking at my husband sometimes. I'm hearing my dad. He's saying shit that my dad would say verbatim. And it's scary. But, you know, I thought I was healed. You know what I mean? You see how deep in my Bible I was? I'm thinking I'm healed. Every, evil before then, did I renounce agreement? Did I cast it out of me? Whatever was agreeing with that? No. So what happened? It don't matter how many years you stay single. The moment you date again, you are going to be in the same cycle. This is exactly what happened. I was single for 3 years. Between my ex and my husband. Nothing changed. Nothing happened. No healing happened. So, the spirit went out. They need a home. They're restless. They can't, they need human beings. They need to dwell in a human being. So they're disturbed and they think, okay, I just got to go back home, right? You can do all kinds of things. I'm equating to the spirit finding the room empty, swept, and put in order. That to me is like the equivalent of somebody saying, I'm just gonna not date for a while. Okay. What did that do for me? Absolutely nothing. What does that do for most people? I hear a lot of stories of women who are way older than me. They haven't dated in 10, 15, 20 years. And they end up in the same crazy type of mess. Even though it's been so long. There's something spiritual about it. Yes, you said Alvarez. It gave me chills. So I'm like, wow. You don't want to just get rid of stuff in your life thinking that that's going to keep the bad away from you. You have to fill your life. You really have to fill your life with beautiful things, with God, with people who really love you, with a support system, with your own identity. You have to fill yourself. You have to fill the wounds. Because if you just get rid of stuff, if you just cleanse, you just empty out your life. For example, like staying in isolation, choosing to stay in isolation rather than be triggered by people. Of course, that's gonna help you, but as soon as you go back in the world, it's like all your wounds are just wide open and empty. No covering, no nothing. No Band-Aid, no nothing. So, people are just gonna latch. And you're gonna latch back because you don't have anything to stop you. So, I definitely understand that now. You know, I was working consistently for the first time. I was budgeting. Saving money. Having fun with my appearance. I just started collecting dolls. Jewelry making. I had new hobbies. But trust me, you need something that is going to fill the wounds. And however many wounds you have, you need something that is going to fill all of them. Because even one weak spot, predators, groomers, they gonna sense it. I don't know how, but like sharks to blood. And that's why even you can be in your faith, but if you're not focused, whatever little holes and plots you have in your faith and your walk with God, like, trust me, So many of these people is unknowingly and willingly being used by the devil as little minions. They're programmed. They know what to look for. They know what to spot. Like, it's in them. So, you know, you really have to be careful. But yeah, I meant to do a little bit more research on the familiar spirits thing, because I don't feel like this is love anymore. Somehow I used to think it was love between me and my husband, but even looking at me screaming, yelling at him, cussing him out, calling him names, like, I'm not happy. This is not what I want. Nothing about this situation is what I want. But then I feel so guilty. I feel so guilty for saying that, like, you know, I want a strong man. I don't want a man who needs to lean on me for all this emotional support, all this validation. Like, he was tripping me out, man. Because he was like, when he, the first time I threw up, well, around him, he was like gagging and stuff. I don't know why he got such a sensitive stomach. Is it too much to ask that I want a man who doesn't gag while he's changing a diaper? Like, is that too much to ask? Because he gags every time he has to change one of Delaney's little poop diapers, and it's just too much. Especially when I'm already nauseous. There were several times I had to tell him, just leave, like, bruh. And I'll do it. Anyway, I threw up and he was like gagging and stuff, but he didn't throw up completely. And then later on, when I was feeling better, he was like, how did I do? Did I do a good job? Like, I didn't throw up though. I didn't throw up. What would you give that on a scale of 1 to 10? It's just like, bro, get some, I don't know. And it's just like, is it too much to ask that I don't want to be with a man who needs all this validation and praise all the time? It's exhausting. He needs all this attention. That's why it's like, it's no doubt he's gonna cheat again. If we stay together, there's no question in my mind. Me getting married to him was basically agreeing with getting cheated on again, because there's no loyalty in him, because he needs attention so bad. It's just like, bro, just get some help for that, because no woman is gonna give that to you. It's tripping me out. Especially when I'm sick. I don't have it to give to you barely while I'm while I feel normal. Let alone while I'm sick. Ugh. It's that vibe of like, oh, the guys who like end up seizing out, passing out, throwing up while their wife is giving birth. So they can get like all the attention on them while she's going through something. That's why he does this all the time in little ways. Like even the situation where he was mad at me because I wasn't listening to him. Talking about games he played when he was a kid. Like, bro, shut the fuck up. You're almost 30. Yeah, it's like, dang. I do want to be with a strong man. Why would I not when I've spent my whole life having to cater and tiptoe around another man's feelings? Why would I want to keep doing it in my marriage? Like none of this is my job. So yeah. It's just like whenever I have something going on, he has to have something going on. Whenever I say something, he comes back and says that I'm doing the same thing to him, even when it's just not true. I don't know what it is. Now I'm saying it out loud. It's something. I don't know what it is. Whatever it is, it's exhausting. To a delusional extent where it's like, he keeps saying he was going through so much while I was pregnant. That's just why he had to cheat. I'll be like, what was you going through? He says me. Meanwhile, me just cussing him out over text messages. That was the worst that he was going through during my pregnancy while I was pregnant. Being jerked around by him, back and forth. Then I'm having an existential crisis because I'm like, wow, my worst nightmare was being pregnant and not married, and now it's happening. Then swirling in my mind, I'm like, oh my God, I'm about to repeat. I'm supposed to be the cycle breaker. I'm about to repeat the cycle. Oh my God, I need to fix myself. Oh my God, I only have 9 months to get my fucking life together. Then I find out my mom's cancer spread, and she has tumors. She now has brain cancer. This was like a month and some weeks after I found out I was pregnant. Then my mental health was already not up to par. I was already on the decline. So this took me to a real suicidal place. I'm suicidal. This is all just in the first trimester. But he's saying that dealing with me was worse than just that. Then we're not even talking about being ill. We're not even getting to my mom passing away. And then we're not even getting into the abuse. Or finding out that you were in jail. Or finding out that you were cheating the whole time. So every time I was in my program, sitting in group, convinced that I was the problem, telling, talking about, I want to fix this. Like, I was wrong. That's why I'm here. I'm trying to fix this because my daughter needs her father. So, during all that, you was cheating. But all of this, according to him, is nothing compared to dealing with me. Do you know how insane of an insult that was? Not just invalidating everything I went through, but you also saying I'm worse, dealing with me is worse than grieving, than a parent passing away suddenly. Worse than being suicidal. Worse than pregnancy. Worse than being abandoned by the father of your child. Worse than being cheated on your whole pregnancy. Worse than being set up. Worse than being threatened to be taken to jail because you got set up as looking as an accomplice to some jealous crime. Worse than being lied to and having a gun snuck in your closet. Dealing with me is worse than all of that. Worse than going to your mom's funeral alone, pregnant in front of your whole family. Okay. That's deep. That's deep. And yeah, he doubled down on that. He said it twice. That's what he was going through. That was so terrible. Me cussing him out a couple times because he was doing bullshit. I didn't know he was cheating at the time, so now I double think he deserved it. I think he deserved worse now that I know what was really going on. So, I don't know. And that's not very loving. That's hateful if you ask me. Dealing with you is worse than any life tragedy that could fall upon me. Okay. So, yeah. I tell you, my hope is dwindling. I don't know why I still have any hope. It's magical thinking at this point. It's like trauma level dissociation, magical thinking at this point. But, I don't know. Am I wrong for wanting a man who wouldn't say something like that to me? Am I wrong for wanting a man who values a schedule, puts his kid on a schedule, feeds him on the dot? He finds out I'm pregnant. He tells me, get in that bed, don't move a muscle. Am I wrong for wanting a man like that? Especially after all I've been through. I'm sorry, but that's the kind of man that I want. And it's sad that I'm realizing all of this after I've gotten married. Yeah. I do want a man who finds out that we're pregnant and he jumps up. And he's excited, he's ecstatic, he's thrilled. He comes over and like hugs me and lifts me in the air and gives me a big kiss and like, yes, and like can't stop talking about it. And it seems like more excited than I am. Like, yeah, that's the kind of reaction that I was hoping for. And both times. But, you know, sometimes I think like, oh, that's not possible for me. I don't know why, but I don't know who's telling me that, Satan. You know, I want a man who plans fun dates for us. It doesn't make me think about everything that we do. I just, after what I've been through especially, it's like I really need, if I need to have a man in my life, I would definitely need him to be like a caretaker, a very gentle, strong, emotionally intelligent, caretaker, empathetic type of man, which is, I've never been around a man like that. To be honest with you, that's so foreign to me. I would, if I saw a man like that, I would probably think he was gay. If I've ever seen a man like that, I probably thought he was gay. Yeah. To be honest. So that's how bad it is. Yeah. But yeah, that's my truth. This is my first time even thinking about it or talking about it. I want a man who's thinking about Valentine's Day in January. He's like scheming, like, what is he gonna get me? What are we gonna do that day? He wants me to feel appreciated. He wants me to feel loved. He wants to take me out. You know, he wants to show me off. I never experienced that before. Every time some kind of holiday that's supposed to be for me has come around, my birthday, Valentine's Day, my husband has never cared. We have never celebrated either of those holidays on the day of. I'm gonna wrap this up, but yeah, he's never taken me out on Valentine's Day. He's never taken me out on my birthday. It's always like, oh, you have to wait. If you want to do something with me, you have to wait to celebrate it. Because I'm not, none of that is important enough for him. Still can't remember my birthday. I don't know if he's pretending or what. And Unfortunately, of course, my dad would do that same thing, but of course, it was a big jokey joke. So at first, I thought he was joking, just like all his little jokes. When's your birthday again? But then it went from when's your birthday again to what's her name again? So I don't really think it was a joke no more. Because this past birthday, not my recent birthday just now, but my last birthday when I was pregnant on my birthday, when my mom was still here. My birthday came. I came out of my room, sat on the floor with Max, and my dad didn't say shit to me. But then my mom came in the room. She said, "Happy birthday." And I was like, "Thanks." He was like, "Oh yeah, just your birthday. Happy birthday." So, is it too much to be like, I've been disrespected my entire life. I don't want to be with a man. I don't want to be married to a man who disrespects me and wants me to manage all his freaking emotions. And is that so wrong? So it's hard because there's nothing I'm thinking about cheating. There's nothing physical about what I want. I do think about that stuff though all the time. Like, wow, if we get a divorce, if I cut everybody off, maybe I'll really be able to heal for real this time. I don't know. There's a lot of things I want in a man now it wasn't clear to me at all. I wouldn't even have been able to tell you. I would have just drew a blank in my head, but now that I'm like going through life and going through shit, it's like, wow, you don't know the meaning of a partner until you start going through stuff and you don't have one. So I'm gonna have to change how I see things if I'm gonna experience like genuine good love. I'm gonna have to stop thinking every emotionally intelligent man is gay. You know what I mean? I'm gonna have to fix my perspective on a lot of things before I can reach that point. I don't know when, if I'll ever get there. think that's it for me tonight because I do not like being in these bright lights. It's 3 a.m. I want to lay down. I'm not going to bed yet. I just be laying down in bed, just watching videos and stuff, snacking while Delaney is asleep. Just enjoying my little time while she's asleep before she wakes up screaming again. Excuse me. I'm gonna probably make me some pizza rolls. No, I've been snacking this whole time. I'm pregnant. Lay off. But yeah, this Bible needs to get open more. That was embarrassing. I could potentially make Christian content. I didn't think about that ever. Maybe that's what God want me to do. I don't know. We'll find out soon though. And I also have this nice Bible that I got when we were in the shelter. I got from CVS. I didn't expect CVS to have, they had that little spinny thing, a whole Bible section. That's where I got this, I thought I had clips. I do have clips, but I don't know where they're in the bag. They're in the bag over at my husband's. But I got my daughter a little mini Bible, and I got me this one, very pretty with the big prints. Yeah, it's good to have different versions of the Bible, just, cross-reference. Then you get, you might read the same verse, and then you get a different perspective because of different wording and stuff. I almost got me another Bible. I only have these two. I almost got me another Bible when I was ordering from Target the other day. I did get some whiteout. I got some pens. Because I was watching videos about scripting and writing the Bible out. And I was like, that sounds like an amazing idea. So I was gonna get a NIV version, because this is King James, and the New King James is the one that I be in the most, because that's just the Bible that I've always gotten, was the New King James version. So I don't have a problem reading that. I don't even think it was hard at first for me to get used to reading it. But yeah. I hope I would never get 2 Bibles of the same version, because that would be kind of crazy. But yeah, it's time for me to go lay down. I'm guessing my throat hurts from talking. Good night, y'all.